we're gonna have a 2-hour play date starting at 3 because that's when people are in school. And so her mom came and picked me up. Well, Emelisa and Elijah. Elijah is Emelisa's little brother, and we were gonna go puddle splashing while we were waiting for Emelisa's mom. And so there was these medium-sized puddles, these little puddles, and Emelisa saw this huge puddle. And she was like, oh, come on over here. Here's a nice puddle. And so I was like, ew. And I was excited, and I was like, we're not going to get too wet. I'm sure that I'll be able to get this puddle. And so I was like, yeah, I won't get too wet. But should I do this? Because it was huge. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're not going to get too wet. And Emelisa, I was like, Emelisa was even pretty scared. And I was like, you go first. And she's like, no, you go first. And I'm like, you go first. And she's like, okay, fine. And so when she did it, I think she got pretty wet. But since she feels it, she probably got pretty wet, except for when I saw her do the jump into the puddle, then like some splashes like went really high up, and I was like, that's not too wet. I think I'll be fine. Anyways, and so I was gonna do the puddle. Wait, I want to show you this. Anyways, and so I was about to do the puddle, and I was like, and then I went right into the puddle, and when I went right into the puddle, I got super wet. And got this, and it's super wet, but this is actually now dry when I feel it, but it's super wet to other people.
Got it.
Because before it was just soaking wet. And then I also, here's the worst thing ever that happened when I got wet. Water just went all over my body.
Oh no.
But that's not the worst thing ever that happened. Since water went all over my body, a ton of water just went into my rain boots. And so whenever I stepped, I would feel this water just going all over my feet. And I'm like, when will I get home? When can I get home?
Thank you for sharing. Sounds like a great day.
Do you want to know what we did at the play date? Because that was just at the very end part. When I first got here, we were like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. And it's called a play date. What we had. And so I was like, there's nothing to do. What should we do? And I was like, hey, can we ask your mom if we can watch something? And Emelisa was like, yeah, sure, let's ask her. So we asked her multiple times. And she would just be like, no, because guess what? A play date is for you to play.
That's really good.
Not for you to just stare at television. And so we kept asking her, but she kept saying the same reason. And we were like, you know how sometimes, Emelisa was like, you know how sometimes moms just don't understand you? And I was like, yeah. And so we did that, and then we kept on asking her, and she was like, no. And so we were really bored, and we're like, what are we going to do? We have 2 hours of a play date. We're going to have the worst play date ever. We're just going to be keeping saying over, can we watch something? But she's going to say no. We're going to have a terrible play date. And so I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah. So we're like, we're going to have a terrible play date. And then we asked Emelisa's mom, and we were like, hey, can we,
Go outside, maybe?
Can we maybe watch something?
Oh, you did that again.
And then she's like, no. And she told us the same reason again. And then like, do you want to do coloring puzzles? She gave us all of these things. Thousands and billions of things. And I'm exaggerating by that.
Ideas.
And so we were like, no. We don't feel like that. And Lisa was like, hey, can we go to the park? She was like, hey, do you want to go jump in puddles? And we were like, yeah. And we were like, no. And she was like, well, then let's just go take a walk outside. And so we were like, oh, yeah, great idea. Anyways, the fun is starting now. And so then we got all ready. This is so funny. We got all ready to go on a walk. And then Lisa's mom says, hey, why don't you guys make a fort while I make popcorn? And we're like, yeah, I don't want to go on a walk outside anymore. When we got all ready for just going on a walk, and then we didn't do a walk. Anyways, and so then Lisa's mom made popcorn, and then we made a fort, and then we played in the fort, and then we ate the popcorn. So Lisa's mom said, E-5-O. And Lisa started screaming, and I'm like, what's happening right now? Then, after we played a little game of E-5-O, and Lisa was like, hey, why don't we play Tickle Machine? And so I was like, what's Tickle Machine? And she said, it's where you lay on the couch, and our mother tries to tickle us while we move around, so it's like a ride. And I'm like, okay. And so we were just laughing the whole time. And then we were like, oh, I know. After a few times, we had like nothing. We were just getting bored. Then we were going to do it another time. And we were like, Lisa and me were like, hey, why don't we get the pillows? And we can make them as a covering. And we were like, this is going to be such a great idea. And I was like, this is going to be such a great idea. We're not going to get tickled at all. And then Tickle Machine said, hey, I'm ready. And we're like still trying to get all situated. We're like still trying to get, we're on T. We have a accident with Isaac and Jeremiah. Then, after we had finished Tickle Machine, our plan did not work at all. Pillows, she was like, okay, we're ready. And then we're like, okay, go. I said, go. And Elisa said, go. And then she just tear us apart. She just took the pillows, and we're all gone. We're freaking out. And she just started tickling us. So, she was like, what do you want to do for the last few minutes? And I was like, I don't know. And then Emelisa was like, hey, do you want a piece of gum? And I was like, yeah.